Hi, I'm Richard with Enterprise Lids. Does your kitchen fill with smoke every time you cook something on your stovetop? Do you have to open your windows? Do you have to shut off your smoke alarm? Well, join millions of other people that have the same problem. Let me take a second here. I'm going to put this hamburger in the pan. Let me put this on, and I'll explain to you what this is as well. Let me turn on my exhaust fan there. Alright, this is called a smoke deflector. And before I tell you a lot about it, the first thing I want to do is to tell you something that you're probably not aware of. And that is that cooking smoke contains carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, many more carcinogens. Breathing these chemicals into your lungs causes pulmonary disease, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. 2 million people on our planet die every year just from breathing the air in their home. Another 10 million people develop pulmonary disease. Research shows that kids growing up in homes that have poor air quality and cooking smoke are more likely to get asthma and allergies. In the U.S. alone, there's over 50 million people that suffer from asthma and allergies. Another 16 million who suffer from COPD. So, outside of my cooking lesson today, if there's anything else that I want you to remember, it's this. Your lungs are the most sensitive organ in your body when it comes to the environment. If you have cooking smoke in your home, you need to do something about it. You need to stop breathing these chemicals into your lungs. And that's why I developed the smoke deflector. Now, all the smoke deflector does is it picks up where your range hood, which is over your stove, or a downdraft, which is what I have, where they fail to exhaust the smoke. Most of these range hoods and downdraft get rid of, on an average, between 45 and 75% of the smoke. When I first learned about the health conditions from cooking smoke, my first thought was, I'm going to get a range hood, because a range hood seems like it would do a lot better job than what I have right now. And I did. I went out and I took a look at so many different products. By the way, just take a look here. You can see this is starting to cook, and you can see what the smoke deflector does. It takes all that smoke that normally half of it would be floating around your kitchen, drifting into your living room, landing on your furniture, your fabric, and when it does, it turns into grease, because that's all that smoke is grease, and it has that grease odor, which, by the way, you might not smell because it's your home, but your guests will most likely smell it on there. But anyway, I looked into getting a range hood, for the health concerns with me and my family, and it turned out that it was, a lot of money, $3,000 to $5,000, to do it. I finally decided that maybe I just have to do it, but I asked each one of these companies a simple question. I said, if I buy your range hood, can you guarantee me that it's going to remove all the smoke, from my house, from my kitchen? And you could hear a pin drop. And they just looked at me like I was being unreasonable. Well, I recently had my whole heating and air conditioning system done, and I got all the guarantees in the world, but it doesn't work that way with the range hood industry, okay? They're not going to guarantee it. You buy it, it's yours. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to flip this. I always move it just a little bit closer to it. And what I can do is I can go in here and just flip it and get all that smoke going on. If you've got the range hood, all you do is you turn this so it's facing the back of the stove, and all that smoke will drift up and be exhausted out of your home. Even if you have a poorly functioning range hood, it's still going to get rid of all that smoke for you out of there, okay? So I decided that nobody was going to give me the guarantee that it's going to remove my smoke, and I certainly wasn't going to go out and spend that kind of money on it. And that's when I came up with, you know, the smoke deflector. And it turns out that the smoke deflector does something else for you as well. Not only does it get rid of the smoke, but it keeps all the moisture and heat in here. All the smoke goes horizontally out and into the downdraft or to the back of your stove where it drifts up. But here, all the moisture stays in, and I'm going to show you. You can see the smoke going up there, and this is just about done. So I'm going to take this off and shut that off. And what I do is I move it to a burner that's not working, and then what I do is I just go in there, grab it. If you got 2 of them in there, 3, it doesn't really make any difference. And you can see it's nice and seared on the outside. Most chefs will tell you if you're going to cook a hamburger or a steak, which I will have a video of me cooking a steak here. I think I make a great one. There's 3 things you want. You want it to have great sear on the outside. You want it to be juicy on the inside, and you want great texture when you. And that's exactly what this does, because it's keeping. And I'm going to show you here how that works. You can see here all the moisture. Well, what happens is when that goes up, it actually drips back down on the meat, so it's self-basting. And you see this lip here? Well, the smoke goes around it and out, but it helps to keep the moisture, you know, inside the pan. And that's why you can cook on medium heat. You don't need to cook at a high heat because it's going to be a lot hotter, you know, inside the pan on there. Okay? So let me get a knife and I'll just cut this open. Take a look at that. Now, most people like their hamburger cooked medium well. Okay? So that's the way that I cook this one here. With steak, a lot of people like it medium rare. Okay? I got a time limit that you can just use for that. On each side, you're going to cook it for 4 minutes on one, you're going to cook it for 5 on the other. It's going to come out. If you want it medium, I got another time range for that, but it'll be seared, it'll be juicy, it'll be tender, and that's pretty much it. So you have an option. You can go out and get yourself a brand new range hood. Don't think you're going to get any guarantees on that. Or you can pick this baby up here, and it's going to solve the problem for you. So that's all I have today. I want to eat this before it gets cold, and all I can say is, you know, come back and visit me again, and stay healthy.